Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a pretty casual video. I'm just doing a chit chat get ready with me, and honestly I have quite the story time for you. I'm basically just going to be applying makeup. I'm not going to be really including what I'm applying because that's not really what this video is about. But while I apply it, I'm going to be telling you the happenings of my life within like the past week and a half, because lots of random stuff has happened, and honestly I just felt like kind of chatting with you guys, keeping it real, and just, you know, kind of chit-chatting with you. And I felt like this might be a fun video for you guys to get ready to, like, you know, while you watch this, you could get ready at the same time, or just to kind of have like a nice little break and watch, you know, if you're taking a break from homework or work or life, I don't know, maybe this would be kind of fun for you to watch and you can listen to the craziness that has been my life for the past couple of weeks. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and get into it because there's no use babbling, because I have quite a long story to tell you. I guess we'll just go ahead and get into it. All right, so I guess I'm just gonna jump in. I did already go ahead and put on like mascara and just some eye base because I can't talk when I put on mascara. So I figured I might as well just save time and go ahead and do it off camera. So I guess I'm just gonna jump in. I have lots to talk about. Lots has been going on. I have a little bit of a sunburn on my forehead and my scalp, and also here. So much for saying that I didn't want to get any like natural sun this year. That went away over the weekend. We ended up going to Mobile, or actually Dolphin Island, which is like 30 minutes from Mobile. And we stayed with some of Thomas's friends, and then we went out on the boat, and I got a little bit burned. He got really fried because he's a redhead, but we put sunscreen on him and he's still fried. So that wasn't good. I'm trying to find him like a really good sunscreen. I don't think spray sunscreen works for him, and I think I need to get him something above like SPF 30-ish, because apparently that just doesn't seem to work for him. I feel like I just need to talk. And lots has happened in the past like week and a half. Lots of weird stuff. So I'm just gonna kind of like apply makeup. I'm just gonna talk about what's going on in my life. I guess. This is a chit chat video. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm like finally able to breathe. It's been an interesting week and a half-ish. So let's see, today is Wednesday when I'm filming this, and about 2 weeks ago I started losing my voice, and I talked about that in a video, and I was like, I hope it's not laryngitis, and I knew it wasn't COVID, so I ended up going to the urgent care that weekend. Thomas was like, you need to go to the urgent care, and I'm like, I'm not really big on going to the doctor for stuff, like, you know, minor stuff, and I thought it was like maybe a cold, but apparently it was like my allergies that turned into bronchitis. So that was kind of sucky, but I mean, bronchitis isn't really that serious. It's just inconvenient, and it made me like clear my throat a lot, but I didn't have laryngitis or strep throat, and I did get tested for strep throat because they offered, and I was like, well, I do still have my tonsils, so I should probably, you know, just make sure, and I didn't, but it was really uncomfortable because when they swabbed me for strep throat, because I had an itch in the back of my throat, like a consistent itch, I started like coughing my head off, and I felt really bad because I was like coughing right next to the nurse who swabbed me, and like he was like, all right, I'll be right back, and I was like coughing so hard and I couldn't get it to stop, and I was like, okay, like just coughing over here, but okay. So that was fun. So they ended up giving me a Z-Pack and some cough medicine and some stuff to like gargle, and the cough medicine worked like a charm. The stuff that I gargled worked like a charm, but apparently the Z-Pack they gave me, they prescribed me azithromycin. Apparently I'm allergic to it or something, and I didn't know that. So I got prescribed that on Monday. On Saturday, so I started taking it immediately, and then on Monday I was talking to Thomas, and I was like, I feel like super weird. Like I feel like really anxious. I was having like really heightened anxiety. I was having heart palpitations, and my skin ended up breaking out in a rash, and I still, like, I actually got a sunburn mark over the Band-Aid, but I have a rash here. I've got like a rash on my arm. It actually started on my face, which is what that spot is. It's like a scar from where that was, and it's like on my legs, and it's still there, and it's super weird. And I have really sensitive skin, but normally not so much so on my body. But I just like started breaking out in this rash, and I was like, I don't know what this is. And I was having like unusual anxiety. Like I do kind of have crippling anxiety sometimes, where I get like, you know, just generally anxious about everything, especially because like the past year has been kind of anxiety ridden, like our wedding getting postponed and canceled and moved and changed, and then like our dog passing away after spaying. So like I've like my anxiety has definitely gotten worse over the past year, but it was like really weird. Like I would be sitting there and I would feel like I would be like, am I dying? And I'm not a hypochondriac. Like, I mean, I think that everybody is slightly a hypochondriac to a certain extent. Like you can freak yourself out, but typically I'm not like, is this what dying feels like? Is this like, am I supposed to be this shaky? Why do I feel like I'm like doomed? And I felt like I had no purpose in life, and like I was super doomed, and this was like just how I needed to accept my life because this was it, and I didn't have anything to look forward to. And I'm not like a pessimistic person, so it was really weird. And then I was getting like nauseous and headaches. Well, come to find out, I looked up like azithromycin. I was like, what are the bad side effects of azithromycin? And it literally listed all of this. It was like, if you feel nauseous or dizzy, overly anxious, and you have insomnia, I had insomnia too. And if you feel overly depressed, and if you're having heart palpitations, everything I was experiencing, a skin rash. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm allergic to azithromycin. And I didn't know that, because otherwise I would have like told the doctor like, hey, don't prescribe me azithromycin because apparently I'm allergic. Now I know. But I was having like all of the terrible side effects of it. And so for a person who never really goes to the doctor, last Thursday I went to the doctor for the rash that I got. And the thing is I hadn't looked up the side effects of azithromycin until Friday, I think, Friday or Saturday, because Thomas and I were still trying to figure it out over the weekend. So I went to the doctor for the rash because, you know, we were going out of town, and I was like, I don't know what this is, and it kind of resembles poison ivy. And I've had poison ivy before, but the thing is I haven't been near poison ivy. Like I literally pretty much stay in the house. And so I went to the same doctor because I did think maybe perhaps I could be allergic, and I should go to the same doctor that prescribed me my antibiotic, azithromycin, for bronchitis, just in case, because then it would be on file and, you know, they would know. So I go to the same urgent care, and I'm itchy. Like the rash thing is itchy. And I go in, and, you know, they take my blood pressure and weigh me and everything. And so the nurse goes, well, what are you here for? And I was like, well, I have this really weird rash. And I started showing her all these spots, and I was like, it started on my face, and then it made its way over to my arm, over here, and then a little bit higher on the same arm, and then it showed up on my legs, it's on this arm. And she was like, oh, well, it looks like hives. And I've never had hives before. And I was like, oh, well, okay, like, I mean, I could understand that, because I had felt like particularly anxious last week, like to an extreme, and I was like, you know, maybe I broke out in hives because I was like stressed. And so she was like, yeah, I'm gonna write that down. And then she looked back at my file from when I was there like the Saturday before, and she was like, or it might be an allergic reaction to the antibiotic they prescribed you. And I was like, well, that's why I came, you know, I wasn't sure if I could be, and I thought it would be a good idea just in case I, you know, might be. And so she wrote that in like the paper that she was giving to the doctor. And so they put me in a room, and like I wait, and so the doctor comes in, and she looks at my arm, and she's like, huh, this is really bizarre. Have you ever had the chickenpox vaccine? And I was like, yeah, I have. Like I had it when I was really little in the 90s. And she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get our skin doctor, like our dermatologist on site, and see what she thinks. And I was like, all right. And I was like, it didn't look like chickenpox to me. It looked more like poison ivy, but you know, whatever. I'm not a doctor. I'm not, like, obviously this isn't my job. So I kind of wait there, and then the dermatologist on site comes in, and she was like, have you been outside? Like, have you gone hiking? And I was like, no, like I haven't been outside. I went like for a walk the other day, but it was literally on pavement. I wasn't even around any trees really. And she was like, well, then that's not it. But she goes, it does look like poison ivy or poison oak, but you know, I don't really know what it is. Okay, so far I was told it looked like hives, and I was told it looked like chickenpox, and then I was told it looked like poison ivy, but it can't be poison ivy because I hadn't gone outside. And I was like, well, maybe it could be poison ivy because I have a dog and she can get and stuff, and I kiss her, like, face, I hug her, and I cuddle with her. So it could be a dog, but the dermatologist was like, well, I don't know what it is. I was like, okay. I didn't know this was going to be so mind-blowing for everybody. And she goes, but I can give you a steroid shot or pills. What do you prefer? And I said, well, whatever is fastest. I have to go out of town this weekend, so I guess the shot. And I'm not really a big shot person. I mean, I don't know anybody who's like, yeah, I like shots, but I really have never liked shots. Like, I always look away. I'm not the person who has to, like, watch them. Like, I look away. I'm like, you got this. So she got me to get a steroid shot. And she was like, and I'm going to send some cream to the pharmacy. And I was like, okay, it's fine. And so I got the shot in my right hip, and I was like, well, this will be fine, like, it'll just go away. I'm putting mascara on because I kind of knocked my lashes down, so that kind of defeats the purpose of putting mascara on before the video, but whatever. She sent through, and I left, and I got my prescription later that day, and come to find out, she had sent not only a cream to apply topically, but also a steroid pack. Like, again, I had just had the shot, and I thought that it was either or. I didn't think it was, like, you get the shot and you get the pills, because she gave me an option. But she sent it in anyway, so I was like, okay, well, I must need to take this or something. But she did say she wasn't overly worried about the rash, and to come back to her in a week, or to call her in a week if I, hadn't seen any improvement. It's been almost a week and I haven't seen any improvement, fun fact. But whatever. So I was looking, and every time I get any kind of pill, I check to make sure it doesn't interact with my birth control, because if it does, then obviously I need to know that. So I looked it up, and the steroid that she prescribed me, like, the pill was methylprednisolone, I think is prednisolone or something like that. I'll put the name on the screen. It's really long. And I was like, all right, and it didn't say it had any really interactions with birth control, so I was like, okay, good to know. So I started taking it, and the way it works is, like, you have, like, once you get prescribed the pill, you take, like, the first dose is, like, 6 pills at once, and it gives you the option to take them after every meal, or if you get prescribed them and you have to take it later in the day, it says to take them all at once. So I took them all at once because I didn't get them until, I think they weren't ready until, like, 3. So I took it, and I was applying the topical cream, which I don't remember the name of that off the top of my head right now. But I took the pills, and I was like, all right, we're on the road to recovery. Whatever. So it was whatever. That was on Thursday, and on Friday, we were leaving to go to Dolphin Island / Mobile. And so we left Birmingham at about 1:30ish, because we were trying to beat Memorial Day traffic. And by the way, little side note, I had already finished my bronchitis medicine, the antibiotics that may or may not have been the culprit for the skin rash and the rest of the allergic reaction I had. So I finished the azithromycin. So then I started taking this steroid, which was the methylprednisolone or something like that. I'm sorry. I don't know why they have such difficult names. So anyway, flash to Friday again. And so I had taken my Thursday dose of the steroid pill and my Friday dose. I took it when I ate lunch before we left. And I ate lunch kind of early. I ate it at like, I think 11. So we start leaving, and all of a sudden, like, I mean, not even 5 minutes into the drive, I'm like, Thomas, like, there's something wrong. Like, I feel claustrophobic. And I'm not a claustrophobic person. And I was like, I feel like the walls are caving in on me, like, of your car. And I, like, my heart is racing, and it really was, like, it was, like, pounding, and it was going really fast, and I was like, I feel like I need to get out of the car. Like, I don't know what's going on. And I was, like, freaking out, and I was getting, like, really bad anxiety again. And so he pulled over in some, like, gas station parking lot, and he was like, are you okay? And I was like, I think I need to stand up and get some fresh air or something. He was like, all right, well, I'm going to go inside the gas station and get something to drink. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll get a water or something, you know, whatever. And so I kind of stand outside, and it's like boiling outside on Friday. Like, I felt like it was about 100 degrees. It wasn't, I'm sure. But to me at the time, it felt like it was 100 degrees. So I was like standing in the parking lot, and I felt somewhat better. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to get back in the car. It's going to be fine. Just whatever. So I get back in the car, and we start heading, and all of a sudden, like, it starts happening again. Like, now I feel not only claustrophobic, but I feel like I'm going to, like, get sick. Like, I'm going to vomit, and I feel nauseous and dizzy, or I feel like I'm going to pass out. It's either that I'm going to throw up or I'm going to pass out. And I tell him, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, and then I, like, was freaking myself out, and all of a sudden it was like I had cataracts, and, like, my outer parts of my eyes started going black. Like, I felt like I don't know what was going on. And he's like, I don't know what to do. And he, you know, he was, like, worried about me, and I'm like, I don't know what to do either. This is so weird. And I'm not, like, it wasn't funny. I'm just, like, laughing now because, like, it was so bizarre. And so we, like, go to Mobile, and this was the longest Mobile drive ever to me, because the entire time thought I was going to either pass out or throw up. And so we get on the interstate, and it was like a 30-minute drive that felt like 5 hours to me to the interstate. And so we get to the interstate finally, and I look at him, and I'm like, we're gonna need to pull over soon. And we were on I-65, which is like a major interstate that goes like all the way from South Alabama, and I think it goes up to like Indiana or something like that, but like it's all the way down the state. So I was like, we need to pull over soon. So we pulled over in a nearby town, like kind of near Clanton. And I know that people who aren't from Alabama, they don't know where Clanton is. But basically, it's about an hour-ish into a Mobile drive when you get on I-65. So I was like freaking out. And we get to this Texaco. And I like get out of the car, and it literally, like, I felt like I was tripping on like LSD. I've never done drugs or anything. But this is what I picture when I think of hallucinations. It felt like I could like feel people's presence around me. Like if somebody was walking by me, I could like feel the air, like that they were being pushed towards me, if that makes sense. It was just really bizarre. And I was like, I think I got roofied. That's what it felt like. It felt like I was like on some sort of drugs or something. I don't know. It was really weird. And so I go into this Texaco, and I like go to the bathroom, and I like had to sit down. And I know that sounds gross, but I had to sit down, and I sat down on the bathroom floor because I literally thought I was going to throw up or I was going to pass out, and I didn't know what to do, and I was freaking out, and I felt claustrophobic, and I had this skin rash, and I'm like losing my mind, and I'm like, this is what dying feels like. And so I get into the bathroom, and I'm there for like literally 20 minutes. And it wasn't like, oh, it just felt like 20 minutes. Like, no, I went in there, and I think it was about 2:30, and I didn't leave the bathroom until like 2:50. Oh, another thing to note is that when I was taking the azithromycin for bronchitis, I didn't have any appetite. I never felt hungry, and I ate because I knew I had to, but like nothing ever sounded good. But when I was sitting on the floor, and I hand sanitized my legs, by the way, and my arms and everything that touched anything that I thought was gross. And I I was sitting on the floor in the bathroom, like trying to get my bearings, and I smelled Subway that was connected to the gas station. I was like, that is the only thing that has smelled good this entire week since I started taking azithromycin, or since I, I mean, I had already finished it by this point. I have a pimple right there. It's really annoying. But it was the only thing that had sounded good in like a week. So I was like, I got my bearings and I stood up and I walked out to the car and I'm like, hey, Thomas, I think I'm going to grab Subway. I think I need to eat something. I don't know. And I got a sandwich and I got a Sprite. And, I just was like, maybe I should eat. I don't know. And at the time, I didn't know what was going on. Like, I didn't know what was causing me to feel like this. It was really bizarre and it was really freaking me out. And once again, I'm not really that much of a hypochondriac. Like, Thomas is definitely more of one. Don't tell him I said that. He definitely is more of a hypochondriac than me. But I literally was like, this might be the end for me. Like, am I dying? I don't know. And so I got my Subway sandwich and we started back on the road. And I was like, okay. And I started feeling better. And I was talking to Thomas. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I feel very weird. I think I need to like go talk to someone. I thought this was all like because of anxiety or something. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like I don't. And so I ate my Subway sandwich and I started to feel better until about 45 minutes later. And then let me get my foundation lips away. Let me get rid of them. There we go. So this is really dewy. I haven't never used this product before, but I'm just taking this opportunity to try some stuff out or use some stuff I don't normally. And so I started feeling weird again after about 45-ish minutes. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So I just kind of laid my head down because I was like, maybe that'll help. So I kind of was trying to not really nap, but just try not to look out the window, because every time I looked out the window, it like freaked me out. It was really weird, guys. And so I laid my head down, and that's pretty much how I had to ride the rest of the way, because every time I looked up, I started getting this really weird feeling again that this was like my doom. This was my ending. And I've never experienced anything like this before, and I typically don't have like these kind of thoughts. So I rode all the way like that to Mobile, and I felt nauseous and dizzy and gross. And I was like, would it be better if I did like vomit? Would that make me feel better? I don't really know. Sorry that I keep saying the word vomit. But I didn't know, like I really didn't know. Let's see if that'll help cover that pimple a little bit. So we got to Mobile, and I was so nervous because when we got to Mobile, we weren't staying with Thomas's parents. We were actually staying with some of his friends, and I was like, oh, like I'm not gonna want to be like, messed up when I'm down there. And I didn't want them to think that I was, a crazy person. So we get down there and I'm feeling like really weird, but I'm holding it together, and I'm just so glad to be like in a stationary place. And like Thomas kind of told them, he was like, yeah, she like felt bad on the way down here. And they've known that I have like really bad motion sickness, and I do, in case you didn't know that. I think I have one of the worst motion sickness problems out of like anybody I've ever personally met. Because the last time I saw, well, not the last time I saw friends of his, but the time before that, we went deep sea fishing and I got like really sick on the boat. So, and I'm very like sensitive. I think the most sensitive inner ear. I think I need to get it like more thoroughly checked out, because I'm telling you, like, it doesn't even have to be like going down a windy road. Sometimes it just happens like where I'll be like riding in a car and I'm like, oh, I feel really bad. And like, it's really bad. So they were really sympathetic. Like, they were really nice about it. They were like, we're sorry, that sucks. And they ended up having plans to go take their son somewhere, which actually ended up working out for me, because I was like, oh, good. Like, maybe this will give me the night to kind of recover and I can be better tomorrow. And I don't, I won't feel too obligated to act like put together when I feel like crap. And I feel like I don't know what's going on with my body. Like, it was like the weirdest whole week, honestly, where I just felt like, I don't know what's going on with me. It's this anxiety. Do I need to go like see someone like right now? They ended up going out, and then Thomas and I ended up going to get something to eat, and I ate the best salad ever, at least at that moment. Like, it felt like this was the best salad ever. It was super cold and super fresh and super like crunchy. So it made me feel good. And the restaurant we were eating in was super cold, which was good because the colder I am when I feel bad, the better. The next day, Thomas was supposed to go deep sea fishing with him, and that was on the Saturday. Well, he ended up not feeling well, so he ended up staying back with me. And on Saturday, I actually had scheduled a massage. I went to a Massage Envy, actually over close to where Thomas's parents live, and it's about 40 minutes away from where his friends live. But I was kind of concerned, like, because of how I was feeling on the ride down, I was kind of concerned for even like that 40-minute drive. I was like, what if I feel weird during that? And he ended up driving, and so, and the massage was really nice and really relaxing. But when I was going to the massage, I was like, what if I freak out? Because remember, I said that the day before I could feel like the air that people were in, like around me. That sounds super weird. And so I was like, what if I freak out while getting a massage because somebody's touching me and I'm having this really weird feeling? Well, I didn't, and honestly, the massage was really nice. The girl was really good at the massage, and it was relaxing. And so after my massage, I got like a little pedicure. Actually, it was like the fastest pedicure ever. It was like 10 minutes, and they were like, okay, we're done. And I was like, that was really fast. And so then Thomas and I went to eat at Fusakli's, which is like a famous like fast food chicken restaurant. It's amazing, in Mobile. And we were sitting there, and he started looking up the side effects of methylprednisolone, which was the steroid I was given to take for my rash thing. And so we were looking, and I was having every single allergic reaction to that. So I was having every allergic reaction to not only the antibiotic that I was prescribed, but also the steroid I was prescribed because of the rash I got. And so it was like, I really hope this blends out. It was super, like, it was like you feel like you're dying, you have really heightened anxiety, and I had this really bizarre thing where my ears were ringing so bad. Okay, what is going on? Oh no. So this might be too dark. This is the Nars, the new Nars limited edition cream bronzer, but this is the lightest shade, and I feel like it's awfully dark, so I'm trying to like blend it. We'll see. While we were sitting at Fusakli's reading all these side effects, I was like, I'm having all of that. The ringing of the ears, once again, the heart palpitations were a thing, feeling that you're dying, severe depressiveness, insomnia, severe anxiety, just everything. Like, I was having all of these really, really bizarre allergic side effects. So I didn't know what to do, because with steroid pills, you're not supposed to stop taking them, like cold turkey, because apparently it can cause like mood swings and stuff like that. But I was like, well, I'm gonna have to stop taking it because it was also causing nausea, and this was on Saturday still, and on Sunday we were supposed to go on the boat for Memorial Day kind of thing. And I was like, I can't get on a boat when I'm already get seasick and like have to worry about getting seasick because of this medicine I'm on. And it really like knocked me on my butt. Like, when we got back from the massage that I went to and just being in Mobile, West Mobile, I pretty much like went to bed. And I felt bad because I felt like I was being antisocial with the people that we were staying with, but I didn't know what to do, because I was like, I kind of feel like if I don't do this, I'm gonna be like out of commission tomorrow. I felt kind of bad because I was like, I'm being so antisocial, and like Thomas didn't go on the fishing trip, and I was like, I feel kind of bad, like I'm trying to be social with your friends because I want them to like me, and I want to like, get to know them more, because we don't get to see them that much because we obviously live in a different city. And he was like, it's fine, babe, just relax. And I was like, all right, I'll try. But that was another thing, is like this medicine was giving me like such severe anxiety where I felt like really insecure. And so apparently this does happen, like this can happen. So I was like, well, I'm never taking methylprednisolone or whatever and azithromycin again, because apparently it makes me a crazy person. I ended up stopping taking the steroid pill cold turkey. I was like kind of worried because it did actually give me some mood swings, because I was like really angry for no reason. And not like towards anything. Like, I wasn't like mad at Thomas, but like I was like, I felt really irritable and agitated. And he was really understanding, and so were his friends. Like, they were like, yeah, this happens sometimes with steroids. And I was like, thank goodness you guys are so nice, because I feel like a maniac. And so I feel like the bronzer kind of worked out. Maybe. This is like such a long story time, but I felt like I just like was a completely different person. Like, it knocked me on my butt. And so the next morning was Sunday, and we were supposed to go on the boat, and I definitely didn't feel 100%, but I felt better, and I didn't feel as anxious and really weird. So we ended up going on the boat, and I took a Dramamine and a Boing, which is like the same thing as a Dramamine, but I took like the non-drowsy versions, and that stopped me from getting seasick, thank goodness, because I was so afraid of getting seasick and like getting in people's way. And so, but Sunday was really fun. We went over to Robinson Island, which is like kind of over in Orange Beach, and we went on the boat and hung out there in the water. It was a little bit chilly, honestly, but it was really pretty, and it was really fun. But it was like the most, like, when we got back from the weekend, I was like, I'm so tired. I didn't really do anything, but I'm so tired. And I just felt just like such a different person. And I think, like, just based on what we figured out, I'm pretty sure it was the medicines, because I've been feeling more like myself since we got back. And since I've been off both the azithromycin, which I stopped taking, like, I took the last dose last Wednesday, and now it's a week from then. And then since I stopped taking the methylprednisolone, which I stopped taking on Saturday, and I've been like feeling more and more normal since then. Thank goodness, because I was like super free. I was like, there's something wrong with me. And Thomas was like, it's fine, we're gonna figure it out. And I was like, your friends are like gonna think I'm a weirdo. And like, they didn't, but I felt like, I just felt bad because I felt like I was like not being social. I was like, I want to socialize more. And then on the boat, though, I was worried about getting sick, so I didn't drink anything. Like, I didn't drink any alcoholic beverages, which normally I would do, because, you know, you go on a boat, you have like a White Claw or something. And I didn't, because I was like, oh, after this whole weekend, like, I don't even feel like drinking. This whole week, it was like the most bizarre week. And honestly, like, I was really confused about why. I felt like last week I was supposed to film more, and I wasn't able to because the rash ended up being on my face. That's where it started, and I knew immediately it wasn't a pimple, but I thought it was some sort of other like skin condition, like some dermatitis or something. But then it like full on went down to my arm, like right here, and like on my legs. I'm still battling it. You can still see my sunburn through here, because I think I kind of took the coverage away when I put that bronzer up there. I think I need to use a different sponge or something with the bronzer, because I have used it before and I've liked it. The weekend was fine. I mean, I felt like I wasn't being as social as normal, which bothered me, because I was trying to be, you know, social, because I want Thomas's friends to like me, and I don't want them to think that I'm like, you know, a jerk. Gosh, like, it's been an eventful week and a half. Yeah, but I'm gonna go throw some lip stuff on so I can go ahead and film the outro, because I feel like this video has been pretty long. All right, guys, so this is the final look. I actually just put on like a lip liner and filled in my lips. Honestly, the whole point of this was just to kind of get ready together and catch you up on all the craziness in my life. I felt like I just needed to talk about it before I moved on to like my typical content. But I do really like doing Chit Chat Get Ready With Me kind of videos. They're fun because I kind of just fill you in on the happenings of my life outside of the YouTube space and world. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and hit the notification bell down below, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I do beauty, lifestyle, lots of different stuff, so you can check out my playlist because I have lots of different stuff going on there. If you want to see more Chit Chat Get Ready with me's, let me know and I will do them. I can also do like question and answer videos by myself or even with Thomas if you wanted me to. I think that would be fun. But anyway, that is it for now. I will see you guys in the next video and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye!